to show you guys this little routine that I made up myself that I've been trying to do every morning. I started out with just doing the plank, and then I've been gradually adding one more thing, you know, after another. So now I've got just a few different poses, and it just takes me, you know, like I said, less than 5 minutes to do, but at least I'm doing something, and I kind of feel like it's just a good overall stretch and strengthening exercises. So for me, I've just never been good about doing exercise, so this just feels more doable to me. And hopefully with time, as I'm feeling better and stronger, I just keep adding to it. But for now, you know, I'm just going to keep it easy and brief, and make it so that I actually want to do it. So I usually start out with my plank. Okay, so I did that for 28 seconds. I'm up from 25 seconds. And so then I go back into this pose, which is kind of my reward. Feels really good. Do some deep breathing. Do that for maybe 30 seconds. And then I go up into my downward dog for about 30 seconds. Whoops, glasses fell off. Okay, and then my reward for doing that pose, because it's kind of hard for me, is to do this pose, which feels really good for me. Just really stretches my lower back. And it seems like it's strengthening my ankles. And I just try to push my elbows out, get a nice stretch in the hip flexors, and hold that for about 30 seconds. Okay, and then I usually go into, you know, just the bend over pose and stretch the backs of my legs here. Okay, and then I try to, you know, bend my knees while coming up. And then I do the stretch of my front of my thighs that is supposed to help with low back pain. On the other side, it's getting a little hard for me to reach for my foot. Now I am supposed to have some physical therapy coming up, my first session towards the end of March. So we'll see what exercises they prescribe. And then since I don't want to be off camera, I'll just show you the last thing I do is, just try to do some stretches to the sky. And just stretch that whole side. I might, do some shoulder rolls. Backwards. And if I feel like it, I can do some of these types of stretches, which to me feels really good. Years ago, I used to take a yoga class. For about a year, I think I did it, went to a gym, and I got surprisingly fit, and I felt great. But I stopped going to the gym, did not renew the membership, and then stopped doing the yoga, which is unfortunate because yoga is so good for you. A couple of stretches you could do would be, over the head like this. Again, it's stretching that side. And switch to the other side. Make sure I'm even on both sides. Okay, and of course another one I really like is just doing this, again, it's kind of stretching, the lower back, it's kind of stretching my thighs muscles here. Oh, and another favorite of mine is this one. See, now, it's so funny. It's like when you start to get down on the floor and you start doing these things, it prompts you and inspires you to keep going and do more because it does feel good, these poses. So just goes to show you, just starting to do a little something can mushroom into a lot more. So that's really good. And then of course another good yoga one is that one where you're just stretching out like this. So that's the routine that I'm doing right now. I might just look into seeing if there's a senior yoga, gentle yoga class that I can take nearby. We do have a senior center here, and they must have something, or I'm sure there's some gentle yoga classes around here. This is the kind of area that there would be classes, so I need to check into that and eventually do that, because I do think I need to do more stretching. So that's it.